The Ephrata Lady Mounts having a good season. They started off slow, but they are coming on really fast here at the end. And in fact, if they win on Friday night against Conestoga Valley, they will clinch a tie for the Section 2 title. It would be their third straight title. So let's look at the Section 2 standings here real quick while we have a chance, because they're at the top. And they played Lebanon, and they won that huge game against Lebanon just the other week. So they're one game up, and I think they have 2 to go. They have to play CV and E-Town. So if they beat CV, they would still be 1 up with 1 to go and would clinch at least a tie there. If they win out, they will own the Section 2 title all by themselves. So, Tim, we've seen Ephrata. We've called their games a couple of times. What impresses you about what they're doing, and do they have a shot here at being a 3-time, 3 in a row Section 2 champ?
What's interesting about this team is about several weeks ago, Chad, you and I were talking about it. What's going on over in Ephrata? They were at 5-8 and just not looking good. They have since rattled off 6 straight wins, and how they have done it is a couple of things. Jasmine Griffin, I think, has finally taken charge of this ball club and really comes out at the top, and she shoots and she dishes off great. TC, #1 in the league as far as 3-pointers are concerned. So they can do it inside and outside. They've got a nice support staff of Bryn Adams. This is a very good team that somehow something got to them about 3 weeks ago. They've really got it going. Jasmine, of course, 909 points as far as what she has right now, Chad. So she's probably going to eclipse that 1,000-point mark. But this team, when you look at it, though, they were 5-8. We can look at their records and say what happened. But they have proven that they are close and can play teams really good. They only lost to Hempfield by 5 points earlier this year and lost to Penn Manor by 3 points. Penn Manor 11-1, Hempfield just 10-2 on the season. So I like this team. It's a very senior-laden team, except for Jasmine Griffin. But this is a team that, as they get more confidence, Chad, I think they can go deep. But as we get to the brackets in a little bit, they could have in the bottom bracket, they could just have a tough draw.
It does matter, yeah, kind of where you get matched up. Your thoughts, Eric?
Yeah, you know, I'm kind of in agreement with Tim, and I'm sure a lot of people around the Ephrata area when this season started, and the fact that they just couldn't get any traction going early on, and people scratching their heads thinking, wow, this is a team we thought that was going to, you know, be a section winner. And to their credit, you know, I don't think they hit the panic button. They figured, you know what, this is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Let's just get back to the basics. Let's get the team concept going. And you could see as the season went on, things really started to gel. They strung together those wins, as Tim had mentioned. And I think right now they've got a lot of momentum towards the end of the season, and it's a perfect time. You know, this is the time you want to be playing your best ball now that you get to the league playoffs and then the district's right around the corner.
Yeah, they are hot. They've won 6 in a row, and they were in some of those Section 1 crossovers. They were winning against Hempfield and Penn Manor and just couldn't close things out at the end of that game. Coach Cerullo said that they learned how to win the games, and I think we're starting to see that. Let's show you what Jasmine Griffin has been up to here in her 3 years at Ephrata, and really this year probably her best of all of those. She's at 909, as Tim mentioned, so she's got 91 to go here. I'm hoping she's got enough games in the schedule left to get across that mark in her junior year. We will see. She's averaging around 17 a game. She can hit for more than that, though, as she's had over 20 a handful of times this season, with 29 being her most back in December. Tim, boy, it would just be so great to see Jasmine get 1,000 in her junior year. Of course, if she just comes up short at the end, we still have all the senior year to chronicle all of that and enjoy that ride as well.
But if she gets 1,000 points this year, what that tells me is that Ephrata is going deep into the playoffs. And so that's what I am hoping. This is a team that can do it. But Jasmine's the one that everything flows through that team. And I think how she starts each ball game really dictates if Ephrata is going to have a successful night or not.
Yeah, we could see that in the Lebanon game. She came out on fire, Ephrata came out on fire, and they got the big win, and that's really what put them at the top of the Section 2 standings in the spot there to win the title. Eric, your thoughts on Jasmine? You don't get to call her games, but of course you watch the games and you can see what she does.
Well, and I think what's special about her is that, one, she handles the ball really well. and she can score anywhere on the floor. Obviously she's a threat from the outside, but when she likes that dribble drive, she's got an explosive first step, and that is a huge difference. She gets around that defender and she's got a seam or a lane, she'll take advantage of it, and I think that what makes her so dangerous.
All right, well then let's move from one player that is chasing 1,000 points to another player that has hit the 1,000 points, and we had a pretty good idea that Maddie Nyer was going to get it. It was just a matter of when does she get it, and she had it just a few weeks ago in a game at Elko, and it was a great time for her and her teammates, but now she's able to put it kind of in the rear view and move on, and is now just surpassed that. Let's show you what exactly, this is going to be some video from that game. Tim, your thoughts on Maddie Nyer crossing the 1,000-point mark right on this shot right here, and really continuing on with a sensational career?
Well, she can do everything inside and outside. And remember, we started covering her a couple of years ago. We said, boy, this person is special. I really like it, though, that she got the 1,000 points even during the regular season, because I think that takes a lot of pressure off of her. And she can now concentrate on getting her team to win the section title, go deep in the yellow playoffs, and then start districts. But boy, it's great to see her just blossom over these years. And it's crazy how these girls just get so much better year after year. And it seems we have been covering girls basketball for a while, Chad, you and I, and they are just as good as the boys. I'm telling you, their skill level is just getting better and better.
We've been so lucky to cover this trio of juniors that we've been featuring over this season, and we'll get to one more in just a little bit. But right now at 1,155, Eric, she's third all-time in girls' history. You've covered her career closely, and it has just been incredible to see what she can do. And for my money, in my opinion, she is the best player in the league this year.
And the thing that is impressive, again, because typically when you have a taller girl like Maddie, these are typically not the girls that handle the ball. Well, she handles the ball like a point guard. Again, dribble drive, not really a three-point shooter, but she can hit the three, but solid at the free throw line, solid defender. And what she accomplishes is never good enough. She's always out to improve. I've heard that especially if you guys televise a game, she'll go home, she'll watch the tape, and she'll pick out all the things that she feels I need improvement on this. She doesn't look at, okay, I scored 26 points. She looks at, okay, I got to improve my post play. I should have passed the ball here. I mean, the drive to succeed is just unbelievable. And it's not just in basketball for her. I mean, it's in volleyball, it's in track, you name it. You pick the sport. She's got that drive in all three.
Yeah, she's a great athlete. Let's show you what her career has kind of amounted to at this point. Still plenty to go and lots to follow here. Very excited about that. But obviously, she's scored almost her season high. She's at 371 this year, so she's working on the 400 mark. She's up to 3 all-time there, as you can see. She rocketed up through the ranks there as soon as she hit 1,000. And does have Hillary Waltman to go to 1,900 is quite a ways, Tim. But boy, that would be special if she found a way to get over the 1,900 mark at the end of her senior year.
Yeah, it would be great. She's got an outside shot at it. She stays with her average of 23 points, plays another 6 or 7 games, hopefully, if they go deep. She has got a shot at it. But I tell you what, Eric, I tell you what, I looked at that name, Hillary Waltman, and I just aged myself even more than I am. Cannot believe that was 1995. My gosh, that's been a long time ago.
Yeah, and here's the thing too. I mean, we've brought this up before. How many games did Manheim Central lose last year because of the pandemic?
Yeah.
At least 5 or 6. At least 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how far Manheim Central goes this year could set the stage for a potential run at the all-time list for Maddie Nyer.
Yeah, they would have to go deep into districts and maybe make states to make that a possibility. Cocalico's Kirsten Shipton was able to get the record, the 3-point record over at Cocalico just the other night, last night actually. 92 3-pointers in her career puts her at #1 all-time for Cocalico at the end here of her junior season. Again, I said we had the trio of juniors. This is the third one here. So congratulations to Kiersten. A big moment. And guys, Tim, give us your thoughts. Here is the actual shot. She had 4 of them last night. That was the record-breaking shot right there, Tim. Your thoughts on what Kiersten's been able to do here in her Lady Eagle career?
Well, you know, we talked about at the beginning of this basketball season how she's going to have to sort of take over. Last year, she got a lot of those three-pointer. You know, she would pass off a lot. And because she had a lot of other seniors playing in front of her, that this was going to be her year. As far as the team, it hasn't quite panned out that great for the Eagles this year, but she is a pure shooter. And when she gets that shot open, I think she just needs a little bit more confidence that she should be shooting a little bit more because she can make them. But just a pure shooter and 92, and my goodness, she could be up in the 120s by next year.
Yeah, 92 and counting at the end of her junior year, Eric. She's just going to potentially obliterate the Cocalico three-point record.
Well, and I remember when she first came onto the scene, all of a sudden she's like hitting these threes. I was like, wow, who's this? And she has definitely made a mark on this Cocalico program. And yeah, Tim was right. You know, last year, I mean, that was a senior-laden team with a lot of talent. This year, more of kind of a rebuilding. And she knew that opposing defenses were going to be keying on her, but did not phase her. And congratulations to Kiersten. And like you said, you know, Shipton, Griffin, Nyer, all 3 playing on AAU and travel teams, all best of friends. And wow, what a trio of talent.
And we get one more year with all of them. Excited for that. All right, before we head to break, let's quickly dive into the girls bracket because there's a couple amazing matchups here that could be finding their way onto our television screen. We're not exactly sure who's going to be on just yet, but let's show you what the brackets look like for the LL girls because Manheim Central is going to be there. Ephrata is going to be there, but so are a host of other amazing teams, including Lancaster Catholic, Columbia, and Hempfield. And you can see Penn Manor has found their way to the top of Section 1. Lebanon is in there, so a Manheim-Lebanon showdown could be coming. I mean, it is just so much stuff on here that we could really have fun covering. And then you switch to the bottom part of the bracket, and you've got Ephrata, Columbia, Hempfield, Lancaster Catholic. That might be 4 of the best teams in the league right there, all on the same side of the bracket. Tim, boy, how excited are we that we might get to call some of these games?
You and I were talking before we came on the air chat. It's like murderer's row.
Yeah.
I mean, that bottom bracket, they're like you said, they're all 4 great teams. Boy, I don't envy Ephrata. I don't envy what they would have to do to get through that gauntlet. But it just shows you how just the level of play in girls basketball, how just evenly matched a lot of those teams are. And it's because just a lot of those girls that they play on club teams, it's maybe their first or second sport, and they're just getting better and better, as Eric alluded to earlier about the girl over Manheim, Maddie Nyer, just how she strives. And I'm sure that those girls along with her that play the club basketball or, you know, play in the summer, they are also striving for excellence. And it just shows you, it's just contagious. It just goes on through each of the players. But, oh my gosh, I can't imagine if you make it out of that bottom bracket, I think you're going to be the LL champion.
Yeah, is there one matchup you're leaning towards, Eric, that you're really excited about?
Well, in that girls bracket, I think all of them. I mean, there are so many talented teams. You know, in the boys, it's the same thing. I just think LS was just a little bit above everybody else. Now, if LS does not win the crown, it would not surprise me. In the girls bracket, I mean, it is so, I think, evenly matched. You look at that Columbia team, all of a sudden, I mean, they're not really getting the press I think that they deserve. I mean, this team is undefeated, and the Droge twins down there, of course, the Jeans don't hurt either with Margie Rhodes being her mom, and she's the all-time leading scorer in girls basketball in the Lancaster Lebanon League. If I have to pick a team to win it, though, and I'm only basing this on the chance that I had to see them, it's the Hempfield Lady Black Knights. We saw them against Warwick, and the way that they move the ball, and offensively, everybody's moving, and they're taking good shots and pressing defense and transition game, I'm going to lean towards Hempfield.
Tim, quick, we got to go to a break. Your pick to win the girls tournament?
Lancaster Catholic.
Okay. All right. I like it. All right, guys. That was our high school basketball update for you. I hope you enjoyed that. There was a lot there. So we've got to take a break, catch our breath.